I agree with Paul Azinger. Golf instruction has gotten out of hand. Paul Azinger is laughing right now because Aldrich Potgieter just won on the PGA Tour, almost won in Mexico. And most of the guys on the PGA Tour, I got a list of 150 of them that have this grip. Super strong with 3 to 4 knuckles showing, closed face. You watch Potgieter. Oh my gosh, that thing is so shut at the top of the backswing, makes Savannah look incredible, doesn't it? So all of this, criticism that we've been putting up with for the last 20 years, it's all coming full circle now, isn't it? So why is this such an amazing grip now? Where do we begin? So let's talk about the efficiency of it right here, and then we'll go bust a couple of drives, all right? Now, we have, if you look at the grip itself, the physical makeup of your hands on the club, you have these portable ligaments, tendons, and muscles right here that are going to wrap around this bone. So, without worrying about the club face right now, if I was riding a bicycle, this would be my grip. So you notice how the heel pad of my hand is on top, and then I'm going to put my thumb on top. So from there, look, notice how closed that is. So from there, I'm going to bring the other hand over, and the thumb and the grip are going to fit right between the two pads of my right hand, right in the lifeline. And notice how my other fingers are just going to wrap around here. And you can see how my index finger is hooked onto the club to provide some nice leverage. So once I have this, then I can look at the club face. So if I went super neutral, super square, and then I'm going to plug it into my acid test baseball swing. Oh, you're going to love this. So I'm waiting for the pitch. The pitch comes and I commit to it. Now my hands come through first, then the bat. Whoops. Now, that club face is open off the planet right now, but this is a very, very strong position. So I'm going to have to bow the wrist and do a little body English. How do I turn on the boosters now? I just had to slam on the brakes to try and square that club face up. So if I take that club face and I close it 45 degrees, so many of our students, they freak out. They're going, there's no way. So then I'm going to set up, wait for that pitch. Here it comes. Oh, look at that. We have a square club face. So this I would use if I wanted to hammer nails into the ground. But if I wanted to hammer a nail toward the target, this is what I need. So I take it back. Look how strong that grip is. That club face looks so closed. Gather back. My right arm folds, my wrist hinge. Now I'm going to go toward the target. The brain goes to the ground. Uses the ground to get the body out of the way. My brain is over there right now. My hands come through first, then the shaft, then the heel of the club, then the toe of the club. Now I've got so much energy coming through this way. That's why you hear Paul Azinger say, I can go at it as hard as I want to. I know the club is going to square up. And that's why Potgieter's got 200 miles per hour ball speed. And this soon-to-be 60-year-old can still get it out there at 170 miles an hour ball speed, which would be very good for the Champions Tour right now. I'd be, pretty much in the top 20 players on the Champions Tour at that speed. So I have a very efficient, very leveraged golf grip that's going to provide me with a lot of compression power, and I don't have to worry about squaring it up. All I need to worry about is where I'm going, and I'm going to take that energy and send it out there. You're going to hear my club whistle out here, and that's why Paul Azinger is still very proud of his driving prowess, he can get it out there and bust it out there like the best of them and still enjoy the game tremendously at his age. And I want to be doing this till I'm 120 myself. And without this super strong grip, without that very strong grip, it would basically be impossible for me to do. So let's look at a few other aspects that are going to really help you with this grip. So you take that neutral grip with a closed face and then you square it up. So I'm going toward the target. So I'm going to feel some really nice tone here through my grip and through my arms. And I feel like I can just clamp down on this thing. Now, this thing about holding the club like a bird, not really what you're going to see for the vast majority of players on the tour. Because in order to get ball compression, you need compression. So imagine a boxer punching that big bag. He's not going to punch that with a very soft hand. A tennis player is not going to do a power forehand from one backcourt to the next with a very light grip. Oh! We need to compress the ball, compress the bag. So that grip pressure has to match the intent. And you'll notice that if your grip is neutral and you're trying to go to the target, but then you have to square up the club, you will find this position very weak. And you'll notice that your grip pressure can't hang on as well because I've got some pinched nerves going on in my wrist right now, and my hand is wanting to disintegrate. Whereas if I'm riding my bicycle, you can't have a light grip when you're riding a bicycle, especially a mountain bike going down, down the mountainside. So this is going to be very, very secure. So I've got that very secure grip, and now I'm going to move toward the target assuredly. Well, what's going to happen is that G-force that's pulling on the club is going to make that grip a lot more toned up. And that's going to give me that compression chamber that I need to squeeze the ball into that picture. Now, a final note technically. If you look at it from down the line, if I take my hands and I put them straight out in front of me, you can see when I'm hinging on what we call this anatomical snuff box, my hands are going up and down and the back of my hands look pretty straight. But when I make a fist and I want to hinge up and down, can you see how the back of my hands are a little cupped? That's the term that we've been putting up with in golf instruction for the last 40 years, this cupped position. So this, by the way, is not cupped. That is to the extreme right there, and I feel like there's a lot of tension at the back of my wrists. But when I'm making a nice fist, you can see that the back of my hands are very nicely positioned. So if I'm going to throw a football, notice my hand is cupped. If I'm going to cast a fishing pole, notice my hand, as I'm hinging on that snuff box, is cupped. When I take a strong grip, see how this hand is already pre-cupped? I get to the top of the backswing, and I get this beautiful hinge on those snuff boxes. Look at that club face. Beautifully square to slightly closed. You'll see in my swing that as I get a little higher, it'll look more open. But if I lower that, look at how shut that looks at the top of the backswing. So it's all in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? So the more up I am, the more open it looks, and the more deep I am in my backswing, the more shut it looks. This is just, a very temporary dynamic position. Pay no mind to any of that. You watch at the top of the backswing, another one of my favorites is Ryan Fox. That guy's got a mega strong grip, just like Potgieter. We get to the top of the backswing, we're nice and high, and now we can go. So now watch what happens. The brain goes to the ground, uses the ground to get my body out of the way, and look at that club face, how nice it looks. I can lag so deep. I'm collecting the ball from here and releasing the ball out there. So notice as I'm coming through, because I've got this nice tilt to go to the target with, see how my right shoulder has to come down and under? This is the position we're all striving to have. Well, it's a position that comes in automatically when we have a grip that's strong enough that we can find targets with. So I'm going toward the target. Look at how my right shoulder's a lot lower than my left shoulder as I'm heading out there. So we're collecting the ball there and releasing the ball deep out there. That's going to give you a ton of power with the least amount of effort. So we can swing smoothly, but compressed firmly into the direction that we want to go. And there's about 30 yards difference between at the ball and through the ball. So if my grip wasn't strong enough and I'd have to release at the ball just to square up the face, well, I've dumped everything over here at the ball, and now I don't have as much that I need to get to the target. But if I've got this really strong grip, I can collect the ball from here and release it out there. That's where I'm unleashing my juice, just like in hockey. Send the puck out there. That's why hockey sticks have a curved blade on them. They're naturally strong. If you watch jai-alai, that basket is 90 degrees closed so that we can go in the direction that we want to send the ball. And here we are in golf instruction. The vast majority of teachers are saying neutral grip, square face. This is only going to get you as far as the ball. And good luck with that. Because if the ball is your target, it's chaos. Where is it going to go? But if you're going to the target and you've got a strong enough grip where the ball's going to follow you to the target, now we're talking. Let's go hit some. If you want to accelerate that process even more, check out our online programs. I can get you one-on-one just like this. You put your phone on a tripod, I've got my phone on a tripod. We're both in our beautiful offices, and we will turbocharge you in the proper direction. And if you want to see me face on, one-on-one in person, come to Quebec City. And if you can't do that, I actually have a program that would bring me to you. Check it out at wisdomandgolfpremium.com. All right, so I'm going to use this beautiful divot to line myself up right down the middle of the fairway. And we're going to go for a nice little Azinger Potgieter Fox power fade here. And there we have it. Oh, is that pretty? Don't you find that odd, though, that the shot of choice off the tee is a power fade, but with a very shut, closed face and a strong grip? And that is because the money is over there. It's not over here. Oh yeah. Left, center, and big. A couple of videos to help you guys out. You're going to go check out most important video ever, Shawn Clement on YouTube. Then make your way over to our premium website at wisdomandgolfpremium.com and check out the grip videos, and then you'll see important grip update. And that will take you into this particular way of delivering towards your target. Everything we do is based on delivering a golf ball into a flight plan. And so once you understand how to work that ball into the flight plan with your personal anatomy, I'm not saying that, you know, this is the be-all end-all grip, because there are a lot of players out there that have a lot of success with a neutral grip and a very bowed wrist. Some of them have had to go under the knife for surgery for that. Others are still lucky and out there. So we want the most favorable, the most efficient for you, because we want you to have the most fun ever out on the golf course. So check out wisdomandgolfpremium.com. go see the Wisdom in Golf 2.0 series. They all start with the proper grip and the proper arm motion, and then we put some momentum behind that, and then that equals FUN fun. See you soon.